Myself Sunil R Nair, and here basically we are discussing about the topic currency. So here basically we have reached a previous video. Basically we are told that basically the main blood cells, basically that is the Mumbai blood cells, that is not supposed to get effect. That's why basically the Andheri blood cells created, Mumbai Central blood cells created, like this Alkapuri blood cells created, like this each and every blood cells has created. So like this basically the one Andheri person basically example I have already taken. Like this I will take one more example. For example, one person basically is having Borivali blood cells, and one person basically got the one house in Borivali, and his blood cells basically is 100% going to attach to that particular person one day basically. So that is basically batch process, and that basically takes little bit time basically. Like this basically things are also basically there basically. So like this also basically the blood cells basically get effect, so that the main blood cells basically, that is Mumbai blood cells, is not supposed to get effect. Due to that basically the entire creation basically has created like this. So one person told that basically entire construction basically of the Andheri, entire construction of the Borivali, entire construction of the Vadodara city, entire construction of the Gotri area, entire construction of the Gorwa area is created like this only. Then he told that yes, basically exactly it's created like this only basically. So this person is allocated as a Andheri, this person is allocated as a Gorwa, this person is allocated as a Gotri, this person is allocated as a Vadodara, this person is allocated as a Old Patar, this person is allocated as a Alkapuri. So like this each and every people basically has allocated basically. So and one basically blood cells is India blood cells, and that blood cells basically contains each and every data that is known as a India blood cells. Like this basically he told that basically assume that basically there are around 200 crore 200 or basically 190 crore people basically in India. So you want to say that 190 crore basically blood cells data basically are basically inside this India blood cells, who is having the India blood cells inside his body. Then he told that yes basically it's like this only basically. His blood cells basically is having this data basically. His blood cells is basically having data basically. So like this basically things are basically connected, and this way basically the currencies basically are directly connected with this, and currencies are basically connected with that 3 lakh incidents basically, and 3 lakh incidents basically are few incidents basically are created by USA government, and few incidents basically are created by Indian government. And the USA government has created these incidents with the help of the businessmen basically, who are earning the money as a in the form of dollar. So they basically do their task basically, and they basically get the certain level of money, and they basically create the incidents basically. So especially to create the incidents only basically, they basically gives the money. But they basically do the task basically. It's not like that basically they are not doing the task of the USA government. So they are doing the task also. Like this basically each and every things basically are connected very deeply basically. So just see basically how the chains basically has connected. Vadodara city blood cells, then currency energies, then cities energies, then each and every buildings energies, then each and every human basically staying in buildings basically energy, and their problems basically, the areas problems, buildings problems, the particular person problem, each and every things basically are connected like this, and that affects directly to the main blood cells. For example, one person is staying in Gujarat, he basically is having lots of problems. So one day basically his blood cells is going to affect to India blood cells if the problem is not getting solved. Same way basically if one person is staying in Dubai, and one the Dubai blood cells is already there. So Dubai person basically one person is having got some problem. So that problem basically is going to affect 100% one day to that particular Dubai blood cells allocated person basically. That is 100% sure basically. One day basically it's going to effect. That is 100% sure. Same way Saudi, same way Bhutan, same way Nepal, same way Bahrain, same way Iraq, same way Iran, same way Gaza, same way Israel, same way New York, same way New Jersey, same way San Francisco, same way New Zealand, same way South Africa. Like this, each and every things basically are connected with the individual person basically. So one day basically is going to face the problem, and that day basically they are going to track the action basically. But that takes time. It's not like that day or 1 or day 2 day basically it takes, but it takes time, but it affects. That is 100% sure. So that's why basically government basically never interfere in this. They always try to solve the problem as soon as possible, because one day they are only going to suffer. That's why one day they are only going to suffer. That's why they never basically delays any type of for example, one person is having some problem, so they basically never delays it. If they are delaying it, one day they are only going to suffer of that delay which has done. So like this basically government says that basically we, for example, they are having some more than 20 lakh error basically, means 20 lakh problems basically. So they are basically trying to solve as soon as possible. It's not like that basically that they are not solving the problem. And this 5 lakh crore basically, that is also one problem basically of the 20 lakh. So they are also basically trying to solve the problem. So like this basically, if the 5 lakh problem basically, 5 lakh crore basically human clone basically is going to create, if that will get delay, and in future basically the earth planet is going to move that side, then basically it will be create big issue basically. And here the main thing is the India supporting country are also going to suffer. For example, India country's friends are who? Nepal is friend, USA is friend, UK is friend, because they are giving proof also that we are friend. South Africa is friend, then New York is friend, then Zimbabwe is friend, then New Zealand is friend, then Australia's are friend, and then Dubai is friend. Like this basically they keeps on giving proof that basically we are friend. So that all friends are going to get suffer.
Hello, this call is from Immigration Consultants. Are you looking for Canada PR or Australia PR,
So you can just
or overseas
imagine
opportunities?
basically.
Press 1 if interested, press 2 if not interested.
So you can just imagine basically the things basically which is going to connect. And they keeps on giving the proof that basically we are a friend of India, we are a friend of India. That's why basically government never delays the work basically. For example, Canada basically, or basically assume that Europe basically. Europe basically is having some task basically related to this 5 crore. Assume that the task is given to Europe. They basically by chance basically by mistake they delayed the work. So the Europe people basically are going to suffer. That is 100% sure. But the connected Europe, each and every nationality people are going to suffer. Are going to suffer. So basically, for example, India basically got the visa from Europe. So 100% basically I am telling you, India is also going to suffer. How basically the person basically for the visa person basically who got the visa, for example, one Ahmedabad person basically got the visa from Europe, and his address basically was found that Ahmedabad. So entire Ahmedabad is going to suffer. Why? Because Europe has delayed it, and due to that basically the entire the NRIs basically are staying in the particular Europe basically they are going to suffer. That's why basically they takes entire Europe with them, and then basically they start solving the problem basically. Otherwise basically they only directly tells basically you all are also going to suffer basically. Your country is also going to suffer. because it's a universe basically, right? And universe basically they don't know anything basically. They basically